This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Regina League.
Hi, everyone. My name is Regina, and welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. I broadcast here in South Charlotte, and my favorite thing to do is meet with local business owners. Today, I'm speaking with Otto Anderson. He is the owner and operator of Dream Home Builders and Remodelers. Welcome, Otto. How are you?
Thank you, Regina. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm excited to talk with you. You're right here in the Waxhaw, South Charlotte area. How long have you been doing this?
So we've been in business since 2007, working in and around Charlotte. It's been a strange journey from 2007 to today because we went through the financial crisis and
that's
COVID,
right.
So we had some of that to muscle through, but we're still here, and appreciate the boom times after COVID came, but we're servicing our customers and making everybody happy.
So what made you get into this industry?
So I went to Clemson University after graduating Clemson. It seemed like most people would go one of three places. They would either go to Charleston, they would go to Atlanta, or they come to Charlotte. So I decided to come to Charlotte, mostly because most of my friends were here. So over time, I was, working for, car dealerships and stuff like that. And I had a friend that was actually in construction science at Clemson that started working with one of the big builders. I can't remember if it's Pulte or Ryan, but anyway, he was like, we need to start building spec homes. And I was like, I don't have I'm mechanically inclined. Like I can take things apart and put them back together, but building a house was just not in my repertoire at that time at 25 years old. So he said, no, you help get the loans for the project and I'll build them. So all right. So we did that. So we did some specs up in Davidson, and I ended up being, I hang around, right? So sometimes, I'd be there when they're doing drywall and I'd watch it, or, framing or plumber, and I get to meet the people because I started, being in control of the bank accounts to make the payments, kind of like an investor, right? So through that process, I was able to meet folks, and I decided at one time, well, the only way to learn how to, build homes or remodel is to get, roll up your sleeves and do it. So that's what I did, and I just kind of picked it up on a whim, and it just hooked in, and I just kept going.
What did you study at Clemson?
I studied finance with a minor in real estate.
Oh, wow. Well, this ties beautifully then.
It does. Yeah. It does.
And then the hands-on years, I can see how you would fall in love with something like this. I'm looking at your amazing website, and you kind of can do it all. So kind of walk us through the types of projects you're working on or that you do.
So a lot of the projects that we do require design. So we are a design build company that puts design first before we do any of our projects. And for those who don't know what a design build contractor is traditionally you hire an architect or a designer to design your project, and then you interview different contractors and you make a selection out of those different contractors, and then you start your build process. Through a design build process, we are able to, as a contractor, we work together with the design professionals and design the project up front, so we can lead you into, hey, there's always questions that the architects or designers are going to have when they're doing going through the process. But we're directly involved in that process to deliver a product that we're able to, build at the end of the design phase.
I love that. And so walk us through, you do kitchen, bath, obviously. What are some of the other things you guys can do?
Yeah. So we do a lot of kitchens and baths. That's kind of like, the bread and butter for what we do.
Yeah.
ADUs have become very popular. ADU is an accessory dwelling unit that has been popping up all over town. They go from anywhere from in-law suites to apartment over a garages. We just kind of do a lot of those things. We'll get an occasional custom home here and there, and home additions is also something else that we find ourselves building on a.
What are some of the trends that are hot right now? It's so funny. I know we all watch HGTV.
That's right. HGTV, my favorite. So we're going away from the white cabinets, as we can't see on the podcast here, but it seems like a lot more things are going, a lot more neutral colors. We're staying away from the gray. Most of the stuff that we're seeing now is like a wood tone with a nice beige cabinet. It seems like that's the way things are going.
That's awesome. Very, very good. So, and you do garages, outdoor, home additions, decks,
Yep.
everything.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of everything. It's just, if the fit is right, well, we can build you anything you want.
Well, what sets you apart? There's so many businesses that maybe don't do all of this, but what's important when, as a consumer, we're interviewing different remodelers. What
Right.
What sets
Well,
you
the
apart?
first thing to do is make sure that you're working with a licensed professional, right? Like they have a license, they're licensed in the state, and their license is in good standing. And after that, I think what most people need to be concerned about is the prep. Like just like you would prep for an exam or a test or a bar exam or something, you're going to put in the time and the effort to try to do the best you can. And the prep time for a construction project is no different, right? If you don't put the time in, you're not going to get the results you want. So we really take the time to, design our projects and try to get all the questions answered from, what faucet are we going to use? What light switch are we going to use? All the way down to,
Oh, wow.
what cabinets we use. So we can, once we get into the construction phase, we are in construction mode. We're not in design mode anymore.
Well, Otto, I was looking at your website. I did mention, but you also have 5-star ratings and a lot of them. That's
I do.
something to congratulate you. That's hard to do these days.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so I'm a more hands-on owner operator than most construction companies would have. Some people think more is always better, but I think less is more, right? So I'm on the job sites more than most owners would be, and I supervise more than most owners would be. It just I'm able to make customers really happy because I'm involved from start to finish, and being involved in that process really helps to make it.
Yeah. So what areas of Charlotte Metro do you serve?
So the furthest north we'll go is up to near Uptown, kind of like
Okay.
Myers Park, Noda, kind of around that area. And then we'll come down south to kind of Belmont and then through South Park and everything back down through Matthews, Weddington, Marvin, Fort Mill. We're licensed in both North Carolina and South Carolina, so we can service any of those areas.
And all the growth is down this way.
That's right.
What are some of the misconceptions that you see over and over again?
Yeah. So back to the HGTV comment, right? Like, so, it makes for good television, but it doesn't make for a good remodeling contractor, right? So we, a lot of our projects, because of our design process and our focus on making everything, all the selections up front, really helps us in the production of the construction projects, because we've tried to figure everything out that could be wrong, right? Like, or do we need another beam, or is there rot in here, or is the ceiling leaking? Is just when we have all our contractors come and view the job, they're able to head us off and hopefully keep us from finding something that we didn't anticipate. But a remodeling project can be done well. It can be done with minimal disruption to the owners, and it can be completed without delays and or added expenses that didn't come. It's just you have to find the right contractor that takes the time to put in to make sure that the project is complete success.
So the upfront part is very important to you.
Yes. Yep.
That makes a lot of sense, because I
Yeah.
think we do. We all are swayed by Chip and Joanna.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So as we wrap up, you've listed where the areas of Charlotte you serve. How do our listeners actually find you?
So you can find us online at dreamhomebuildersandremodelers.com. If you'd like to get in contact with us, the best way to contact us is through our contact form on our website. And we'll schedule a consultation to get together by phone, and we'll talk about what's next for your project.
Yeah, so it's very well done. You can see everything. These projects are beautiful in your gallery.
thank you.
Congratulations again
Thank
on
you.
your success. That is quite
Thank
amazing.
you.
Well, thank you for joining us today. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, Otto.
Yes, likewise. Thank you, Regina. I appreciate the Good Neighbor podcast and everything that you guys do for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpsouthcharlotte.com. That's gnpsouthcharlotte.com or call 980-351-5719.